Sorry.
Yes, agreed.
All right.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey, and we're talking about dudes getting handsy, right? So the thing is, like, was there even like from that person's perspective, could they have even like perceived it as like she's into it, or was it
They
just
always
like
do
fuck,
when they're
she's
drunk.
I don't even think it was perceiving that she was into it. I think that was just normal action.
was the dude like 65 or like 50?
No, like 30s, 40s.
This is weird.
Oh no, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it happens, but
Yeah.
not that often. At least
No,
not that
usually
I've
you gotta
ever
have
seen.
guys pretty drunk too.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean, this was North Dakota in the boom town. Money's going around, and you're
fair
dropping
enough,
mad
yeah.
cash and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, you're just hooting, hollering, and you give the girl a smack, and she laughs it up and all this kind of stuff. Like
But
I didn't
okay,
see
she
the
laughed
girls.
it up.
I didn't see the girl. Well, because you're getting monster tips.
Well, but that was part of the.
but that's after that. That's post hoc. It's
Yeah.
not- yeah.
It
that's
was-
after the fact.
like even if she laughs it up, that doesn't make it cool.
I absolutely, I'm not saying, and this is not something I would do. I'm just saying that this is, to me, like, I've seen it happen maybe like once ever.
It and I didn't go out that often, but like every other time I'd go out, I'd see at least one at one of the tables. One of the guys would just give
Get the fuck out
the
of here!
girl
Really.
a slap on the butt kind of thing as she was walking, or definitely have hands on her and all this kind of
Hands
stuff.
on, okay, again, like the drape the shoulder or something like that, or maybe like go around the waist. Okay, I would see that a little bit more, but
But
smacking the bottom,
it would be
man, like,
hands on your shoulder, talking to her, and then
Yeah,
as she
yeah.
walks, you put your hand on her butt and see her walk. Yeah. I mean, it might not be sitting there and just give a smack and all the guys chuckle. It would be the moves. You're lean on, and then as she's walking, you
so the grope.
however, yeah,
The grope. That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm talking about. The actual like slap. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody do that unless it was like knowingly playful between like.
No, I've seen somebody do that when they were exceptionally drunk. So yeah,
And who knows?
that guy promptly got tossed.
Well, you're supposed to get tossed.
Yeah.
With some of the ones I've seen, who knows? With how few women there are, they may have hooked up.
Oh yeah,
It may have already been something. So
Fair enough.
It's
Okay.
just
Well, yeah.
more of the extension of the randos, however it works out. Because
What is the Ezekiel Elliott? Do you remember this one?
I know he got yelled. I don't know what he did.
He's just like hanging out with. I don't remember if it was his girlfriend at the time or not, but they're just kind of like laughing, and he just like pulls the top down.
Oh right, yep.
yeah, you get hit if you do that.
Yeah, I never saw that happen, but yeah, plenty of times. But yeah, the hands on the ass.
Yeah,
and
you
walking
definitely
around.
get hit if you do that
So,
by somebody. Probably her first.
He and his boys and the ladies there didn't seem to care.
So, okay, so that's a different crowd. There's less cocaine
Yeah.
at my parties.
No, well, that's where if I'm thinking about it, I mean, I get the feeling that was like either a girl he was dating or something like that. Even then, it's still like, dude, this is.
What's the whatever? Yeah, but
No, we're not handsy. We're not that
No.
crowd. Not generally.
no, it's 100% not my DNA. So, yeah, when the guys at the rigs tried to make me think that I had done it, there was no part of me that believed that it was possible. Because I have been blackout drunk, and I have never,
Gotten handsy.
I've never even had the inclination to get handsy. 'Cause you still, like, to me, you still treat a woman with respect, and that's how you would have a better chance of actually hooking up than getting handsy in my head. But
Yeah, but you got pissed about it. You punched me in the face over it.
when did I do
It was
that?
like in New York.
He didn't punch you.
Yes, he did.
Oh, that's right.
But that was after the Tabasco shot, the Tabasco oyster thing. I literally saw red.
Yeah.
Like, it literally.
I know. You still punched me in the face.
That's right, he did. I asked you if you
Getting
could punch him
handsy?
back too. No, not for
no,
getting
no,
handsy,
no.
just
Oh.
for getting drunk.
Like, so
Oh.
after we left the place, like, you were like pissed. At
Oh,
that.
I was. Yeah.
Um,
We
Believe
got
me.
tossed.
I was
No,
blitzkrieg.
we didn't get
We got
tossed, did we?
tossed. Yeah. So
I thought we were allowed to walk out.
we were allowed to walk out. We were instructed to walk out now.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's basically the same as getting tossed. So we got 86th.
Yes.
So
Was it more me or more Kevin?
it was Kevin because he threw up on a bar.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he
okay.
didn't throw up
That's right.
on the bar.
Yeah, he did.
I thought it was the
He threw up in
bathroom.
the trap.
He threw up in the,
Oh,
in the,
okay,
in the
okay.
little gutter thing.
That's
yeah.
that's the bar. That's
That's a
the
bar.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
where
It
people
doesn't
stay,
have
yeah.
a drain that goes down to the like.
When
the
you say
grease trap.
throw up on the bar, though,
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, "Whoa!" Like right there on the flat area.
If he hadn't been so tall, he would have. So he just leaned over and let it go in the trap. So
He could have just gone to the bathroom. And...
he was so drunk he couldn't.
know.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I mean, you.
Have you guys ever detailed the trip on air?
that
The
trip.
whole
Yeah.
thing?
Well,
I don't remember the whole thing. That was
I know, it was a long time.
3 years ago.
Yeah, they're about.
Yeah.
Well, I bring up some of this stuff to
It was before
people I
9/11.
say, so people I meet
Yeah.
tell the story, and
Well, that's the only part of the story is we all got trashed and got tossed out of a bar, and then cops showed up.
Oh, there were plenty. Of
you
them.
make it
ran
sound
away.
so nothing. Like, oh,
Well,
yeah,
Jeff
there's-
ran
there's
away, and the cops
everything.
found him later
Wait, why did the cops stop us?
because we were fighting. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm sorry,
And-
William. You were
Yes,
fighting.
I wanted to go fight the Bronx.
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn, yes. And
different subway station.
Well, no, I think I wanted the Bronx,
No, it was.
but you did, was it?
They had
I
it
have
all
no
locked
idea.
up. It
was
was,
all
like
locked
2
up.
o'clock in the morning. So yeah, got it all locked up.
You guys had tackled me. Kevin was passed out on the street. His head was black.
So okay,
Yeah.
so here's the thing with him was, so yeah, he passed out on the street, and anybody that's been at this place has to know that he passed out in the middle of Fifth fucking Avenue in the.
Yeah, but it wasn't that busy. It was.
No,
it was
It was
deserted.
midnight. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing
It was way
is,
past midnight.
well, no, that's what I'm
well,
saying.
that makes me feel better.
It was
At
way
least.
past
I had
It was
no
way past
idea what
midnight.
time
That's how the
it was.
cops found us so fast.
Right. So the streets were mostly empty.
The
It's not as
streets were
though
mostly- yeah.
it doesn't mean that traffic doesn't go by, and you can't go lie down in the middle of Fifth Avenue. So yeah, that's how he ended up getting that big ass road rash on the
Yeah.
back of his head. Was I had to grab him by his feet and drag him across that street to the thing, and he it wasn't just the head. Was he the fire plug that was on the side of a building? Right.
Yeah.
He hit his knee on that so hard.
Yeah, he wrenched his knee.
Yeah.
Oh,
He couldn't walk very easily.
And yeah, when you hit me, I mean the thing is, like, you weren't standing, right? You were in a prone position, and I was on top of
yeah.
it, so
yeah.
you didn't really get anything behind it. So when I'm saying this, it's not like we were squaring up like Tyson and Douglas.
No, you just sucker punched it while he was on the ground.
And yeah, just bouncing between the two of you idiots. That's when the cops came, and I bolted because I wasn't 21.
And then I instantly became clear-headed.
You were absolutely fine, and then you were like, "We got to get Kevin back," and I was like, "You
What
know,
just happened?
the hotel's a fucking block away. Well, you know, it's been an hour trying to get you to calm down. All it took was a little bit of blue and white,
Yeah.
so you know, to show up." And they looked at it, it's like, "Where's your friend going?" I was like, "Which one?" He's like, "The guy running down the street." I was like, "I don't know. I just need to get home." So,
Yeah, I just
it
remember.
was literally a block away.
I remember-
It was,
I
it
had
wasn't
no
even a block
idea.
away.
No
it was like around the corner.
I remember when the cops said, "Where's your buddy going?" I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "The one running away." And I did. For me, it felt like one of those TV moments where you do with it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah, you said that he doesn't like cops. So, or, you know, you said he was afraid of cops. And I was like, "Look, I just need to get these two guys home." So you were like, "Okay," because I didn't have the oyster shot.
That was
So-
terrible. Literally everything was fine. Well, not fine.
Oh, we drank a shitload.
Yeah.
We spent like 3/4 of our money that one night. So
Oh yeah, because we were buying each other drinks.
we were buying each other drinks, and then we decided to do nothing the next day because we were so
So,
hungover.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it hung over. These guys had wounds. Like,
there was barf all over the fucking
I
apartment.
spun in a circle.
It was disgusting, and all we had was $10 to leave the lady, and so she like literally left the sawdust everywhere. So
yeah, because it was that, and like Kevin went into that bed like in his clothes and with his head bleeding, so those sheets were
they
fucking
were
black. It was
Yeah.
disgusting. Well, the other thing too was it wasn't just that we were worn out from drinking. The other thing that we did earlier in the day was we decided to like real fucking tourists, we climbed the statue.
Was that that day, or was that the day we went to the Met?
Nope. That was the day that we went to the statue. Well, it could have been. It might have been the same day. I don't remember, but I do know that we climbed the statue.
We went downtown one day and uptown the next day. So
Well, first day we went to the Empire State Building,
yeah.
and we just took the elevator and all that shit, and we just kind of looked out from there, and we got to the top. Like, it's cold. And then we went to the
It was cold.
The Statue of Liberty. We climbed all those stairs.
Yeah.
Right. So especially, at the time I wasn't into like stair climber or anything. So after being drunk and all that shit, my legs felt like crap. Right. So that was the day that we ended up just hanging out in Battery Park.
Yeah.
Right. And just
Dude,
sort of like
pigeons food.
Oh, we got a
recuperating.
sandwich. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and it's just
Kevin
sort of
bought
like-
a $5 Rolex. Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah,
I bought
I
a
did too.
I bought a
did not.
chain. I bought some fake Oakleys. I bought some other
That's
like
great.
tchotchke bullshit. But yeah, we ended up just like hanging out in that park for that day because we all of us were like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't we go to a Mexican restaurant in the Empire State Building that absolutely sucked? Or was that a different time that I went there?
I don't remember. Mexico.
Okay, so the places I can remember going, we went to this place called the Times Square Brewery. That place was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. We did go up to Times Square.
We went to. There was an Italian place we went to
Yep.
that was pretty good.
We got pizza. We did the
We
meat.
got
We
pizza.
got
I got
pizzas.
pizza a couple of times.
Yeah,
I think I
we
might
got
have
hot
even
dogs too.
We went to White Castle
We did
Churches.
went to one. Yeah,
It
it was right next to the hotel.
Yep.
Yeah,
we went to there was a Mexican place that we went to.
I think it was in the Empire State Building.
I don't know if it was in the Empire State Building, but I know that we did go to a Mexican place that was okay. It was weird. It's like, I didn't want to go here. Because what we were doing was we were each picking a place every night.
Kevin picked that one.
Yep.
He wanted Mexican food. That's right.
And
Yeah, that's right. Because I had been in the brewery before, and I was like, we got to go there. So
well, no, we hadn't been. Nobody'd been there.
yeah, I had with my dad. So
That place wasn't open back then. That was a relatively new place.
oh, okay. So I guess you trust your memory better than I trust mine. I guess I'd only been there a year before with my dad. So
I know, but that
I'm positive I went there with my dad. So
you may have,
yeah.
but none of us had been there before though, or at least if
All
you
right,
did,
I'm
you
not
hadn't
gonna
said
argue.
so.
Yeah, maybe I didn't say it. I don't remember, but whatever.
Oh, I hadn't been there, so.
No. And I mean, like, you could not go wrong with like a lot of the pizza that you could get there and stuff too. So, because I remember we went to, well, I might be getting my trips crossed again. Did we go for Chinese food?
We didn't know.
Okay, that must have been with my wife then. So, because we didn't go down to Chinatown.
No,
Nope.
Okay.
definitely not.
Did we go to the seaport?
We took the ferry.
Oh, we
And
did
that
take.
was-
Okay, that was that trip.
That was because we went out to the statue.
well,
we
that's
also
right where
saw
the
Wall
seaport
Street
is.
too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We
We
wandered
did see
down
Wall
there.
Street. Yeah, but we did go to the Met. That was us, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I know I've been there.
Shit, I can't remember.
I don't think
Did we go to the planetarium?
No.
Okay, I did that with my
no,
dad
no,
then.
no, no.
So
No.
I know I did that one with my dad. In the
I don't remember going into the Met.
Yeah, see, I went
We
to
went
the
into
Met,
some
but I
sort of
remember.
church.
we went what?
I thought we went into a. Didn't we go into a church? I thought I remember pictures of us in a pretty elaborate cathedral.
You would be talking about the place where George Washington would go. St.
St. Patrick's?
Was that it?
I don't know. I know I've got pictures of that, but I couldn't tell you what
Yeah, we
trip it's
did.
from.
We wandered by it, and we went in for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we went into it. So that would have been like a whole day.
Wait a second. No, hold on. All right. So I know at least one of you clowns was with me, like, looking at the Egyptian crap in the Met. Because they had that section with the columns and there was a section of the Met.
Yeah, remember you saw the Thinker statue, and it's only like this fucking big. It's like the size of a coffee machine. Yeah. So...
Yeah,
I've been there a few times, but I mean...
Or no, is it the Atlas one that's tiny? I can't remember.
No, it's the Thinker is small. But yeah, because I remember one of you guys, I don't remember who, it may have been Kevin, I can't remember. One of you clowns was with me looking at the ancient Egyptian stuff, because they'd set it up in a way that you wander through it, right? And it's like you're walking in the actual...
I think I saw an actual Hieronymus Bosch painting, and that had to have been where I saw it.
That would have been dope. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I think, because I know I've seen one once, so that's got to be the only place that I would have seen it.
I think it's like the only art museum I've ever been to. So.
Well, I can tell you. Okay, so just here's my question: do you remember getting these weird buttons where you get the button and you push the thing over to clip it to your shirt, right? So it's not a button where you pin it. It's got a so it's metal, and it's got this little metal tail with like a protrusion. And what you would do is you'd put it to like the edge of your shirt, push it over, and it would clip on, right? But not with like a sharp thing. You remember doing that?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I
feel
can't.
like
Yeah.
we would have been in there a lot longer if we went in, like, than what it would have taken.
Well,
we only went for what, 4 days?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't even remember.
Right.
Yeah,
it was about right.
Yeah, okay.
It's about right.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up picking like 4 places to eat.
Right.
Because there were like 4 of us apiece.
I think I had to have gone in, because I can't think of anywhere else I would have seen it in Hieronymus Bosch.
I know we were there. Look, I know that there was like an enormous Goya there, one of those huge, like wall-sized Goya paintings. But you got to remember, I mean, the other thing is I did go with my fucking, like art house, like CC girlfriend, so I know that I went twice, right? But I don't know which one was which, because I know she wasn't with me for the ancient Egyptian crap because she didn't care.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure my wife and I did. I know my dad wouldn't go in the Met, so
what?
He was
seeing it.
Well, no, we were limited on time, so and he wanted to go to the History Museum, the Natural History Museum.
There you go.
And then my wife and I, when we went to the UN. So I bet you
we went out.
No, that was not you guys. Yeah, you guys were not into that. She had just written her old senior thesis on the UN, so we had to go. So
how was it?
It's exactly what it looks like on TV. It is the most 1970s building you'll probably ever go into. So, like, the actual chamber is as garishly green marble as it looks on TV. It looks like where Dr. Doom would hang out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we must have. I just guess doesn't seem to be enough time, but yeah, I guess we probably just...
We played a lot of Nintendo, too.
Yeah.
So, did bring the 64.
On that trip?
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we took. I have pictures of it. I have photographic evidence of that. So
on that particular trip.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when we went to Pagosa Springs for sure.
Well, that was normal, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we had multiple ones.
Car.
Yeah, we loaded up cars.
This was luggage space.
I think we had multiple systems on that one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we brought everything.
Oh yeah. Shit, we brought board games and stuff, man.
What year was Pagosa?
Oh, I don't. It was before I was married, so 2000.
Okay.
Pagosa 1 or Pagosa 2?
Oh, that's right. We did too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think I only went once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you did. I think you only went once.
Did Kevin go both times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second one was weird.
It was just that wives and girlfriends came along that time around
Yeah,
too. and
yeah,
it
yeah.
was- it
Oh
was-
yeah, I definitely did not.
No, you didn't.
I
that was-
remember.
That
Yeah.
was a mistake.
Yeah, that was bad.
I remember the tales.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, and that was because we ended up cashing out. That was New York. We ended up cashing out a full day because we were so fucked up.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
that
feeding
was-
pigeons in the park.
Yeah, we
'Cause
did
I
that.
couldn't even eat my whole
Yeah.
sandwich.
We hung out. We just like wasted time with grifters. Pat and I, like, after we got you guys put to bed like the toddlers you were, we ended up going out and drinking and closing down a different bar afterwards with some dude
Oh
named
yeah,
Luke.
some guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
they tossed us the keys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Those to lock up when we're
he said
done.
lock up when you guys are done.
Yep.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty cool. He's like, yeah, just turn the lock and then throw it down in the mail slot. I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Huh.
Yeah. That okay. So yeah, I might be getting my mark because that happened to my dad and I too. So
What?
So I'm
yeah,
telling you, man. Like,
yeah, that was up in his old neighborhood though. That was a different spot.
Wow.
yeah, this was another place. We just met a dude named Luke who was an assistant to Rose McGowan, and
Oh, that's right.
so I'm telling you, Pat, like, like I get it. I know you want to like call me out, and it's totally fine. But I'm just like, this is stuff I can picture. Like,
That's fine.
I can
man.
see his
I'll
face.
concede it. I don't. Yeah, I my memory's not that good. So, and it never will be. So.
Yeah, and we ended up because I mean that's that dude was we ended up drinking like SoCo with that guy, and that was the first time I saw somebody just drinking SoCo out of a little straw, and yeah, we ended
Out
up
of a straw.
yeah, those tiny little straws,
one
those
that he had a
cocktail
pocket.
straws. No, those were big straws.
Those are big. I thought you took all the
Well, they
cocktails.
were bigger. Well, because they're not full size straws, but they're like the medium ones. These are the ones that you would put in like a highball glass, right? And they just had them out there, and I just kept taking them.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody drink booze through a cocktail straw.
Oh,
I thought they were exclusively used for stirring. So
no, that's
Yeah.
and then he was just taking SoCo with ice, and we had a couple other things. I don't remember what you were drinking to cool down, but
it's not probably not SoCo because I had bad experience with SoCo prior to that trip.
I think you
So,
did. I think you
I
told me about
did,
that.
yeah. So
That's where I learned to like it, actually.
yeah, no, that was. I don't know if that trip was before or after. Well, this one you'd be able to pin a date on because it's the year that the Broncos went to the Super Bowl and they beat Jacksonville.
Lost to Jacksonville in the playoffs, or
Beat Jacksonville in the playoffs.
oh,
The revenge tour.
revenge
so
tour. That would have
98.
been yeah.
Okay, so that was where I got so trashed on Captain Morgan that I said I'd never drink it again. And I've actually held up pretty good to that one. With the occasional, it's like, what is this? Well, it's punch. What's got in it? So it's got a little bit around. It's like, how much is a little?
Captain Morgan's doesn't taste good.
I hate it, man. It is so
It's-
bad.
Like,
So,
yeah, you get down to it, and you're like, oh man, who put an awful cake in here? And it's bad. You're like,
made out of tea bags.
you get to because there's like it's spiced. You know what? Actually, that was it because you know what? That's where I converted to silver because the silver doesn't have all that fucking.
Oh, it doesn't have all the cloves and shit.
The
in it.
nutmeg.
Yeah. Nutmeg, yeah.
Is that really?
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, I wouldn't surprise me, but
Old Bay.
Curry, yeah, curry powder and
Yeah.
shit. Old Bay. Yeah, just all those wax spices and like yeah, we started drinking the silver after that.
Yeah, I'm just not big on rum, so it's too sweet. So, yeah,
My promise just tastes like rum.
yeah, no.
And anything,
yeah.
you know what? Okay, and any rum that relies on coconut is
Oh, that's out. Fucking Malibu,
yeah.
gross.
oh, Malibu.
So-
Wow, I haven't had.
oh yeah,
Wow, that's-
the white bottle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
college years.
Yeah, that's definitely college strike.
Oh
that
my
and
god.
the sapphire gin. So
I've
it's in
never
a
had
blue.
Sapphire gin.
Oh yeah.
Bombay,
Yeah.
Oh, it's blue, so it's better. It's like still fucking gin, man.
That was never like gin was never like a thing up in there.
I get fucked
Oh,
up
we
off gin,
drunk
man.
that.
Oh
We used to
yeah.
drink some gin,
So
man. Just gin and ice.
That just
I gotta do
never.
a soda, man. So.
Oh well,
I
okay.
gotta
That
do
used
a
to be. That used to be how we. You can swing that close to the. Okay. Well, that used to be like what we chug in the parking lot outside of like concerts.
soda. Oh yeah, gin.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
An odd one.
Yeah, that's kind of
Well,
eclectic choice.
You know, Kiss sang a song about it.
Oh, okay. So this
So
is
it's a
yeah.
little
All
bit-
right, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's cool, but it gets the job done.
They all get the job.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you get the watered down whatever bear claws and all these other things.
Oh, white
Bear
White
claw?
claws.
Yeah,
White
it's a white
claw.
claw.
What's a White Claw?
It's a seltzer. So
It's the modern drinks.
it is. It's what the cool kids drink now. And so
Yeah.
What?
and so when I went to the thing in Michigan, that's what they had at the family party, and they didn't have any beer. So they were like
No
they
beer
were
at
like,
all.
No beer. So it was this guy's house, and he was like, "No, I can't keep beer in my house, so no beer." And I was like, "Okay, but that's
Okay,
your
I
house."
respect
Yeah,
that.
so-
Yeah.
But they had gotten these White Claws, and I was like, "All right." And man, you have to drink a lot of them to even
Yeah.
get a little bit.
It would be
buzzed.
like the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
If
It's
that.
the
Oh,
modern version of
Yeah.
your your drink in a bottle or can that is alcoholic, but it's gonna take you a while.
Yeah, and it's got so much sugar in it, man.
Yeah.
So that I mean, after a couple, my stomach was like upset. I was like, oh, it's like I'm gonna barf, and I'm not even drunk. This is dumb.
This is a waste of time.
Well, on top of that too, I mean, wasn't this like evidence when you and your brother decided to go take on those guys who didn't know that you trained at altitude?
Oh, that was ages ago, but
Yeah.
yeah. And that wasn't me. That was my brother. Well, there was one time that we did that, but my brother, when he went out to San Francisco, he trashed all my cousins. So, I mean, he's like, "Yeah, we'll do a bona fide drinking contest. Winner gets the tab." So, or loser has to get the tab.
Wow, I would love
my
to do that.
God,
But
dude.
were they
Back in my day, that would
fucking,
have been
like,
awesome.
Turn over the shot glasses like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, man, they're not gonna like fight afterwards or nothing. But
No, but that's how the
You
contest
keep the
goes, yeah.
count.
yeah, it wasn't a shot glass kind of contest. It was like, all right, who can go the longest?
Okay.
You know, and if someone drains it, everybody else got to drain theirs and buy another one. So
Oh, I would have been curious to see how Ryan and I go back and forth, and
I wouldn't
the
fight him
heyday.
right now.
well,
So, yeah,
obviously
no,
not.
I wouldn't go any against you now in my prime.
No. Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how both of us would have gone in a run.
Good lord.
But yeah, now I'd be toast. I think. I don't know. I have no idea if my tolerance comes back or if it's
It comes back
shot.
pretty quick. So
I think like you might get overwhelmed like right now.
Probably 5 years clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say it
Yeah.
been
probably.
clear 5 years now. Wow.
That's been 5 years.
God dang, time
Oh
flies.
shit. Well, it's kind of like when you were like the other day when you
It is a while ago.
That's
Like,
true.
when
COVID
we got
was a while
shut
ago.
down.
Yeah.
Like
Well, 3 years.
it's a
Yeah.
sizable chunk.
Yeah. That's true. And then you did go clean before that. I remember that.
Wow. Yeah, that's well. It was like the other day when you were talking about your daughter just about hitting her teenage years.
She's there, man. She's so there.
Well, formal whereupon you attach the word teen to her age. Yeah.
That'll only be another week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
She'll be
but
13.
no.
No.
Oh no. So that'll be another year.
Yeah.
She'll be an adult by then. She'll be like, okay, cool. It's time to get you your work permit.
I was gonna say like why do you have credit cards?
Yeah, exactly.
Who let you apply for these?
Yeah. Well, you pay them off every month. Good for you. Yeah.
Does she want to get a job?
Yeah, she does. So that's because I talk it up. So I say that getting a
Wow.
job is one of the best things you can do. So if you're not going to play sports and if you're not going to do all this bullshit at school, go get a fucking job. So you're going to learn how to be an adult way faster. So,
And make money.
and make money. So, you know, and it just seemed like a natural kind of thing for her. So, because she could care less about any like extracurricular activities, like we've tried everything. Yeah, she refused to learn how to ride a bike. So yeah, it's like, okay, fine. So
even to this day, huh?
Even to this day. So yep.
Does she have a daredevil streak at all?
No. Okay. So she has less of a daredevil streak than her mother does, which is amazing. So
well, in her youth, didn't she?
My wife?
Yeah.
No, she just smoked weed. And a lot of it.
All right.
Yeah.
She never went for any of the wackier stuff?
Only like once or twice.
Oh.
So, but yeah, no. Or at least that's what she's told me.
That's the daredevil. I'm thinking like snowboarding or motorcycle, skateboarding, jump out of a plane.
I would put somebody. All right. I would put tripping acid at a concert on daredevil level with mountain biking.
Well, yeah, but one you do one time, and the other one you kind of pick it up as a hobby.
How many times do you do it?
So,
yeah. Look, some people do that all the time. Some people microdose. Some people like whatever. But
yeah, I know people who do that. I don't know how much it helps them. I really don't.
Well, what's a good question? I mean, there's a lot of again, this is something that students talk to me about is the research on this is basically using this as a therapy tool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how convinced I am yet about the validity of that.
Yeah, so the guy that I was telling you about a couple of weeks ago is running his own business.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He's an actual therapist, and he's
He
thinking about doing this, kind of thing. So he's watching the research really closely. But there's another piece of it that I know he wants to sample.
Yeah. Okay, good for you.
Yeah, I know, but
I feel like we went through this because that was the thing was I was showing her because and she's from Russia. I was like, we sort of experimented with this in the past. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, did you ever read about the MK Ultra experiments? She's
yeah.
Like, no. I'm like, do you know who Ted Kaczynski is?
Sounds like a wonderful human being.
I was like, the problem here is as I get a little bit older, like I read some of his things, I'm like, okay, I sort of agree with
He's
that.
fucking weird, man.
But no.
Yeah.
There are parts where he does say like technology is going. He had accurate predictions about where certain technological things were going to be, but not to the point where you start sending explosives.
Yeah, there's a line you cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like, well, maybe I'll just blow up his office.
Your message gets lost.
Yeah, it does. So. I actually saw a thing on that the other day that was kind of interesting about how like anybody who actually like resorts to violence in the 20th century, you're just taking a look at coup attempts and stuff like that.
Oh.
Their success rate is so small. So, because you lose people when you decide to blow up somebody's office and they're in it with their kid. Yeah. So
can I ask you the scope of that? Does that include like the many poorly defined like nations of Africa where that's just
it did.
Did it?
Some of it did, yeah. So they had I can't remember exactly where they drew the boundaries around like what actually makes a coup attempt, other than the fact that one, it had to be illegal. Number two, so it wasn't like, peaceful protest, we all show up and the government shuts down 3 days later. Kind of thing. So it was like, no, we're gonna throw a bomb. Okay. So or we're gonna try and take over the government. And it had to actually have So it had to be illegal, and then it also had to be a legitimate attempt for somebody to actually take over government.
Right.
Okay, so this was always perpetrated by somebody who was close to position of power. So we're not talking about Sandinistas here. Talking
January 6th does not.
that doesn't count even remotely as a coup. So
Cool.
in fact, that it doesn't even count as a mutiny or an insurrection or anything.
No.
It was basically it was a riot. So, it was a riot.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I saw some guy who was taking that all apart too, because he was talking about like, okay, so these are the things that you need in order to actually have a successful coup.
Yeah.
So, and that ticks none of the boxes.
Well, because my question was always like, Okay, so who were they going to install?
Right.
It was like, yeah, and it was like the guy with the horns, but do you think he actually has magical powers?
Would they say it was for Trump?
They probably
But
could.
he'd have to be part of it.
Yeah, he'd have to be part of it. He even
Which is
show
what they're
up.
trying to
Yeah.
do, right? That was the whole point of their hearings, was to say that he was...
There were guys who were saying that he
facto
supported this, that he
Yeah.
was like sort of soft endorsing this, even though, you know, everything they had was like, don't do this.
Even Mike Pence says that it wasn't illegal. So, yeah. And I mean, they were trying to kill him, supposedly. No, I mean, I'm sure that there are some people there, if they got their hands on Mike Pence, they might have killed him. So,
I
or
think that'd have roughed him
Pelosi.
up.
Yeah, or I don't know. If they got their hands on Pelosi, that'd be different.
I don't think they'd have killed her.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they'd have killed
Probably not. I mean, that's like
It
one of
probably doesn't take much.
You really have to cut. That's a line that you really gotta like. It's like, no, I'm gonna snap her neck right now.
But a hard shove might do it.
Okay,
But
that's
that
manslaughter.
Oh, okay,
So that's
alright,
different. It's not regicide.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, seriously, like, I can picture these guys, like, again, maybe a shove, but I don't even think it would be like that. I think it would be like, just,
We had a whole podcast.
yeah.
I mean, I could picture, like, her bones actually, like, dancing on the sidewalks.
No, man.
He's
got the roots, man. Like,
Yeah. So, but no, that one does not even remotely count. So
good.
yeah, they're drawing lines around it that are like, you know, actual successful attempts.
What, the Russian one?
No, that one doesn't qualify as a coup either.
Really?
No, it's a mutiny. In fact, one guy just called it a trade dispute. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
well, you know, it's funny because, yeah, it's actually a little bit more like a contract dispute. Yeah.
That, no, I'm sorry. That's what
Yeah.
he called it a contract dispute, not a trade dispute. So
Wow.
yeah, he said this was an employment dispute.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
now
That
that
would be,
idiot,
yeah, it would be more akin to a strike.
it kind of was a strike, but it had missiles.
Are you telling me that coal miners wouldn't use missiles if they were striking?
I don't know, but I mean, you talked
If they
years
had
ago that you
access
never
to
wanted to
missiles.
see Ted Turner with his own B-2 fleet. So you know.
I've advocated for that for a long time. No, the threat of power counts. You know, I was going to ask you about something because you watch a lot of things where it comes to, like, you know, looking at the homeless and that kind of stuff. Like, there's this guy that goes to these like weird towns where like there were. He went to a place that used to be like a coal city, and the place it's bizarre.
I've seen this guy.
Have you?
Yeah,
okay,
he
kind
just,
of like
went,
a
he
baller
just
guy?
came, he just came back from West Virginia. So
That I just watched that.
yeah, he's actually how I found Matt from the China guys because he interviewed him
Is that okay?
before I even knew.
I was
going to
ask you about it because it sounded familiar to what you were talking about. So you watched the West Virginia one, right?
I saw that it was there. I didn't watch it. I've
Okay.
watched other.
That was
things
the
he's
first one
done.
of his I saw,
Yeah.
and then I watched the Alaska one,
He does tons of them.
Yeah.
So he's been all over.
and it was crazy where they were like, they go through this town and it looks deserted,
Yeah.
right? But you get to this row of houses and they're immaculate. They're
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous, right? And they're just like, well, this is where the bigwigs would have lived.
Yeah. Yep.
And so there's this part I'm like, wow, I feel like a place like that would just be rife to, like, if you could install something else there, it would be great. But
Well, I mean, it's just like downtown here. I mean, you got all those houses down there that were built for basically all your silver and gold barons up in Cripple Creek. That's Cascade right there. And so, and then CC moves in and takes over a bunch of those houses, breaks them up into apartments. And so you drive down there, you can tell now. So that, okay, but now it's completely flipped over. And if you can get one of those big houses, it's worth millions. So, yeah. So, but no, I've seen stuff like that. He's done it in Detroit, so where he's going through Detroit, and there are houses there that if they were in any other, like, even remotely economically viable town, they'd be worth millions. They got Tiffany glass, they've got fucking hand carved paneling and columns, you know, really fancy fireplaces, brick masonry, you know, all kinds of stonework and shit. But they're in the middle of the hood, so. You can't live there. And they're all full of people shooting up crack and fentanyl now. So yeah.
Wow.
okay, so this is the guy.
I have
All right.
seen him, yeah. He's a
Yeah,
good dude.
I was like, this seems like the thing Pat was watching. I was like,
He's got a great one where he's walking around downtown San Francisco in the middle of COVID. You should go check that one out. So yeah, it is fucking deserted and it's weird.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's where
Yeah.
my girlfriend's from, and she was there.
Oh, really?
when and yeah,
Yeah.
you everyone locked down.
Yeah,
Don't go anywhere.
it's weird.
Not doing anything. You can't even go see your friends. Can't give a hug. Like it
Yeah.
is like 2 people max.
All the buses
Like-
are running though. It's weird. They're all empty. So yeah.
Well, the thing that gets me is there are a lot of people trying to rewrite the narrative that lockdowns didn't happen.
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know how
We
that's
all
possible.
lived through it. Like, how can you
Yeah.
It's
rewrite stuff when everyone's
the-
like, no?
it's derisive. It's basically saying like, oh, because you couldn't get to Wendy's when you wanted to. Like, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not what happened.
No.
No. Actually, the thing that people are going to remember is like the generation of children that missed 2 years of education.
Yeah,
They're going to remember that forever.
test scores don't lie.
The
That
test scores don't
actually,
lie, yeah.
oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, everybody got a little bit more math retarded.
Well, and I'm sure for like the real young ones, like reading where they're supposed to like watch your lips and stuff to learn how words are made and all those kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's just so much
Reading's getting a little bit old, though, man. So
What do you mean? A little
not
bit old.
needed.
just yeah, it's like there's all this stuff out there you can look at it now. Like book sales are up, but they're not hard copy books at all.
Mm.
Oh.
Everybody's on Audible now, or they'll listen to it on YouTube now or shit like that. You know, I just got a new book in the mail the other day, and I was like, I haven't cracked an actual paper book in probably a year and a half,
It's been a little
and
while.
I'm like, I don't even have a nightlight that I can read this by because
Everything's on phone.
I took it off my nightstand so I can make room for other shit that I use. You know?
Okay, so what replaced it?
But a humidifier. You know? That's
Oh.
what I needed the outlet
Wow.
for. Yeah.
That's a real practical answer, dude.
Yeah.
I have mine that I took with me on the rig that just kind of clicks onto something.
A humidifier.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No.
The light.
Nightlight.
Because when you had the top bunk, there was
Yeah.
no light,
Oh,
or you
yeah.
had to leave the bunk to go all the way down to flip a light switch, and it was just like, no, man, this is pain. So I bought a
Yeah.
cheap light, and so now that's my night light.
Yeah, you know what? I ended up just like living by phone flashlight when I was top bunk. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, even if you sit up in it, you can only sit up like half crouched,
Mm-hmm.
because there was only like 2 feet of space.
It's the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
Well,
I don't miss that.
no, I don't miss it either. Okay, so the other thing was that was where I had really, that's where I'd learned the lesson about the living room is for living, the bedroom is for sleeping. So whenever I was done in there and it was time for bed, I wasn't gonna fuck around on the phone or anything. We're going in here to sleep.
Oh no, I did everything.
I know you do
I
that.
still do
I still
everything
do.
from the bed.
Yeah.
I have no separation.
I've got to read before I go to bed or listen to a book or something for bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I do all sorts of
Otherwise, I get back up and go back to doing what I was doing. So, yeah.
Oh,
All
right.
stuff. And then I will never sleep again.
Well, because some of the other guys, they would have these elaborate like duct tape contraptions where basically they'd be setting their phone
Oh.
onto the the top bunk, so that would be their TV and things like that. So no, that wasn't.
I brought a TV and I put it at the foot of the bed.
Do they have one there too? Like the
Some of
little
them
one?
did. Some
Yeah.
of them have it where it was attached to the wall. and you
Yeah.
could curl it out.
Yeah, I hit my head on it a million times.
But yeah, no, I needed to watch stuff.
I get it, man. I can't do it now. Like doing that actually wakes me up more than actually putting me to sleep. So
I turn it off before I go to bed. At least I do.
your
that.
kids don't.
Oh, well, now they just watch their phones, and eventually, if you don't touch it long enough, it realizes there's no person there.
All right.
It
Well,
shuts off.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
your sleep timer. All right.
That's true. Although I noticed that YouTube TV does not do that.
So It does on your phones eventually.
If you have a subscription, it will not. It will just like the YouTube.
Oh, YouTube
Red.
TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The price of that is going up.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
kind of mad about that because I don't use it that much, but I do like having like. I don't know. I guess I could go get an antenna again.
No,
if it's even possible.
well,
such a thing exists.
they do. I'm just talking about the premium thing for no ads. That's going up too.
YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
That already went up. Yeah, they already notified me. That's worth it. It was only like $3.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine. But the actual YouTube TV is ridiculously expensive now.
It's full on cable.
It is full on cable, and then on top of it, I'm paying for the access to the internet through a cable company.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was a great deal like 3-4 years ago when I first started using it because, I could add up the access price and then also that price, and it was more than, the package price available through like Comcast was still more.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, all right, this makes sense. But now I'm like, this is dumb. I'm wasting money. There's 4 channels that I watch. So, and I don't really need to watch all these, like I've been watching old shit that I scraped from a while ago. And it's just like, okay, if I really want to watch all the Samurai Jacks, I can go buy them. So,
I mean, you're in that spot I'm in. Yeah, where, like, I don't want to get back in bed with cable. I mean, there's a part of me that it's like a baboon heart. It actively, like, rejects it. Right? But when it comes down to it, I'm like, what benefit have we gotten now?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the actual revolution? Look, because I can tell you at the time when I was paying $9.99 for Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was all I needed. And it was 2 things. It was like, all right, so I can stream all this crap. And if I really want to watch a movie, I can send in and request the movie and they'll mail it to me, right?
Oh, way back.
Oh, way back.
Right? Yeah. And that was the kind of thing that made me say, like, I don't really need cable, right? And then just the whole thing, the splintering of this shit. All those guys actually, there's been a huge list of new price increases. Netflix just killed their lowest tier.
They did.
So, I mean, there's a huge string of price increases, and it's like, what benefit has this been?
This makes no sense, man.
No, I actually thought it would eventually get where you just pay for your channel.
That's all we ever
Which
wanted,
would
right?
give you, like, I want this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pay my $50 because these are my channels.
It's not going to go that way, man.
And
Yeah.
now they're all grouped together. So if you want all these channels, now so instead of being like $10 a channel, it's like $50 to get
Well, and
these and
and YouTube TV broke that now that they got the NFL, man. So, and so it's like, no, you get all these. And it's like, well, you're this fucking cable company now. So, and you're treating me exactly the same way. So,
Well, you're right. And on top of that, it's the exact same thing with cable because let's say that you sign up for one of these things, right? Then they're going to say, okay, well, so you signed up for this for $11.99. And it's just like cable where they're like, well, do you want HBO?
right.
Do you want Showtime? Do you want...
with YouTube, are you actually able to talk to customer service?
That's a good question. I've never tried. So,
Well, I know I can at least haggle with DirecTV and
Oh, no, YouTube
Dish.
will not haggle with you.
and they got special deals to try and keep you and all this kind of stuff. Like,
I'll try and cancel mine and we'll find out.
You know what? They have the pre-programmed, like, discount
answers
they
and
can
they'll
you.
offer. But I'm like,
sure, we can't get you to stay at $9.99 for 3 months?
My God, it's way more expensive than that now.
Well, no, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, they give you the
line to try and keep
when
it in
you're
for-
canceling. Yeah. Screen 2 where it's like
You can get all these movie channels for free with all
Well,
this.
if you're not using, you could pause it instead of cancel.
Oh, yeah, that's what Netflix did to me. So, yeah. And then they decided to push Stranger Things back another year, so I was like, fuck you. You're done.
Did they push it back?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure with the strike.
With
and
the
all that
strike,
stuff,
yeah. So,
They stopped.
What
Deadpool
movie was
3
the-
right in the middle of production? I'm like,
oh, they stopped Deadpool right in the middle of production? What was the premiere the other day that they blew up?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, that was the
They all
Oppenheimer.
left.
They all left. So,
Fuck them.
yeah, pretty much.
I think Barbie
I
is
saw Ron Perlman
annihilated.
again flapping his gums. So,
Oh, from Threads.
Oh no, I saw some pretty damning information about Threads too, but
Didn't everyone just leave Threads? Again?
yes,
Yeah.
Why?
it fucking because it was like dumb. Yeah, apparently it was like the kiddie table of Twitter, so everybody left.
Well, uh, there's a picture going around, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like, where if you sign up for Threads, like on your phone, right? You know how there's that security screen that pops up. Do you want to give this app permission to do this?
Oh yeah.
And the list of things that Threads gets, like, you have to keep scrolling.
Oh my
really?
god.
It's like 20 things. And so it's like, so you're going to get on this crappier version of this, but everything is being
Scraped.
Wow.
That's a very Zuckerberg thing to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
100%.
Well, he knows how to make his money. So,
Well,
yeah.
he was right.
He
He
knows
said,
how to
like,
get his data.
he's like, well, the thing that I could count on is I want to tie this to Instagram,
Right, yeah.
which is the one benefit. But the other thing is like, well, then you're just going to keep doing Instagram,
Right,
and
yeah.
you're going to.
And keep you the hell off my stuff.
Well, people are going to use something like Threads, they're not going to use Instagram anyway. Or vice versa. So,
Yeah, Threads sucks. It's.
I just heard how many people joined it right away, and then like a week later, I heard how many people
like
just,
a
like
fucking exodus, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
Oh,
even
like,
with
oh
an
my
install
God, dude.
base that had like 112 million or something, so it had like a tenth of the traffic. So yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, there's some people that I watch. I'm not on Twitter, but these guys are, and they're like, "Yeah, we moved over already." So,
They're not. I mean, this.
I don't get any of the traction that I do over there
Nope.
that I do over here.
They didn't. They didn't get anybody to move Threads. They didn't get anybody to move to that god awful Mastodon.
Mastodon was terrible.
They're not going to get anybody on Blue Sky.
I haven't even heard
Isn't
about
that's Jack Dorsey's
Dorsey's,
thing? Yeah.
yeah.
So it's supposed to be libertarian Twitter. So.
Not even close.
No, of course.
No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be the same fucking leftist fascistopolis that they created before.
But it was supposed to be all open source, and you were able to see the algorithm and all that shit. So that's what I meant by that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He could have done that on Twitter.
I don't think he cared. So I mean, that guy spent a lot of time in Thailand. If you didn't notice,
He absolutely did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So on a catamaran. Yeah.
Like, he was the weird thing where he went away for a while and came back with a really long beard
And a nose ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you go through? Like,
what through your pirate face?
Yeah, it's like, what religion would you consider yourself right now? Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's weird. It's weird, and yeah, people are like, "Oh, this is."
Thanks.
They're like, "This is gonna be the new thing." It's like it's not.
No,
it's
it's
not.
absolutely not.
And the Facebook people, they're gonna be Facebook. They're the base that they have there. Your grandmother.
Yeah, Facebook's fine. So everybody in my mom's family uses it to keep in
They're
touch with you.
kinda-
That's exactly what it's there for.
Yeah,
So my students, none of them are on Facebook. They're all on Instagram.
all on Instagram.
They're all on
Yeah.
Instagram. So they do not use Twitter. So Twitter is kind of like our generation is slightly above and a little bit below.
Within a
So,
specific group. Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So
And you have to kind of want to start fights, I think.
you got to be. No, you don't have to be fighty.
You
So-
gotta wanna. You're wanting more than sharing just your life kind of thing.
So when I was using Twitter, the thing that I would use it for is you could get instantaneous news updates.
The news is
Yeah, it's
right
really
there.
good. Yeah.
So much to the point where the cool thing is you get news, but you can also ask for clarification.
You can, yeah. So yeah, no, like and all the feeds that I had on there were great because it was like the state patrol, so the fucking local cops, all right, and shit like that. It'd be like, hey, avoid this part of town. It's like okay, so
gotcha.
the same thing. Like the National Weather Service is like, hey, fucking snowstorm heading your way right now. It's like thanks Twitter. So yeah, but. And you'd have to be careful about what news sources you follow too. But if you followed some people who did a good job of cultivating news, you could get a lot of news very quickly. And so now, the one thing I don't like about it, and the couple times that I've been on there lately because I have to, otherwise he's going to kick me off. So
Wait, what?
You got to log into your account like every so often, otherwise it's gonna boot you. So,
Otherwise,
yeah.
you're declared a bot.
Yeah, otherwise you get. But the other,
Gotcha.
yeah. So the one thing that I did actually like his like, you can only read so many tweets in a day cap. That was fine, because there was a lot more than a normal person does. So it's obviously to catch bots. So the same thing, you can't retweet, over so many times.
And that's what happened at Threads was they clowned on it one day and then implemented it the next day.
Well, yeah, because it's 98% bots. So yeah, if you look at it just by volume. So, but the one thing that I didn't like was when they actually upped the character count. So that wasn't in there the last time I was there. And so now there's people, because I used to hate that thing. 1 of 13.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck off with this. I'm here for
quick blur.
I'm here for 3 sentences. Give me the 3 sentences.
To its credit, okay, so it's not the character increase that I find useful there. It's that they have changed it so that the threads work better, where if somebody has something more to say, you just click that and basically it can go into there. You can see the headline, and then you can see the full extension.
See, that's better. Yeah, that is
it
better.
still needs work. It's still like...
It's always needed work. It's never been intuitive for me. So,
Well, there's no... Okay, so as much as I hate these things in like games and stuff, like when you sign up to Twitter, the first thing it should do is like set you in and say like, all right, well, I want you to look up and then look down.
Right.
And...
This is how you run.
Right.
This is how you jump. Interact with this object.
Because the first time I was like, what's the difference between a retweet and a quote tweet? What's the...
Right, yeah.
What is adding somebody do? I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, if it sat me down and said like, do you see that target down there? I want you to throw a grenade at it.
Yeah. Go get it, soldier.
Yeah.
I thought you meant look up so they would recognize that there was a real person there.
Oh no.
It's like, okay, you're allowed to interact with Twitter.
No, they did that thing. They used to do that in games where it's like, look up for us, and you would press down or up depending on how you wanted it, and that would be like you press down and it would go like this.
Oh, you want an inverted controller?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, adjust your screen size so it fits your TV. Can you see the black border around your Twitter? No. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what's funny is basically the family of Twitter copycats are even worse.
Telegram is horrifying, man.
We got into this. Telegram and Discord, the two.
Telegram, I think you're actually closer to pedos than you are on Discord. But, on Telegram, that's a pedo bot. So, yeah. On Discord, it's kind of like, no, that's actually a dude. Ooh, that's kind of weird. So...
What was the joke? We're like, you're never more than a foot away from...
Never more... Yeah, one thread away from a pedophile at any given point in time, yeah. So... God, I went on Discord the other day to check out one of the places that I used to frequent because they actually had a game update on it, and it is a fucking shit show. So... The place just gotten worse and worse and worse, man. So...
I've never had any of these interactions, so I have no idea.
I went down there for game advice. It was a terrible idea. So, it was like, well, never mind. I'll figure out the update myself. Fuck off, guys. So,
I heard Reddit charges now.
That's actually not a bad idea. So, if
up.
that's actually true.
Reddit is a shithole.
Reddit I think it's ruined. Yeah.
It is the worst. The Tumblrina fucking exodus to Reddit is just the... God, it is the worst humanity has to offer. Like, and it doesn't matter what fandom or thing that you're into. It is just that group of people, that people where it's like, it is like fucking like, you want to talk about Cheers? I'm like, great, okay, so it's gonna be about the trans politics of Cheers. I'm like, there is none.
Yeah, exactly.
There is none.
Let's talk about Ukraine, shall we? So,
let's do that. Yeah, let's
please.
talk. God, yeah. Oh, you want to talk about MASH, huh? Okay, well, let's talk about the trans politics. It's like, fuck, man. Is this all you do? And so if you say, like, can we not talk about this? Well, you just got 167, downvotes, and you just got disintegrated.
Yikes.
Yeah, you get dogpiled. So, I don't even have a Reddit account anymore. So...
I have one.
I don't. Yeah.
I never had.
Oh no, I had one. There were a couple of forums that I was pretty active on for a little bit, but they all turned into shit shows. So
Absolutely.
and then I went over to Discord and said, "Hey, this is where all the cool kids are now." No.
Well,
So-
okay, that's not true. It's cool for like 2 weeks. No, it is. It's cool until they find it. And that's the
Right.
thing is for those 2 weeks you're like, I can hang out here
Yeah.
because these people will be awesome.
Yeah.
And then unless
Do you actually talk and start getting to know the people, or is it just straight up exchange of ideas?
which place.
Oh, wherever, like the cool kid, like the 2 weeks of Discord before it gets nuked.
I've done both.
Yeah.
So, like when I first used Reddit, it was like basically where you post a question and you get an answer very quickly. So, and then that place turned into Discord. So, as long as you're on the right server. So, otherwise you could spend time. So, like, the whole reason why I spent any time on either one is because the Steam forums are fucking garbage. So, they're full of assholes. I know. And then you get down, I mean, and it's so bad over there that you go over there and, for a while it wasn't even the trans stuff. It was like you ask a question, it'd be like, fucking noob, get good.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I'd be like, fuck off.
Oh my
So I don't
God.
know how to do this, all right? The manual is ass, and you guys are just sitting here simping for this fucking game because you like the guy who made it, kind of thing. And it's like, I just need to know how to open the inventory. Please, someone tell me that. It'd be something like that, and you just get your ass jumped. So then you go over to Reddit, you ask questions, you get answers fairly quickly, but then it got infested with assholes, so who weren't getting the love that they usually get. They weren't getting the targets that they usually got on the Steam forums. So, and then you go over to Discord, which is invites, all right? Except for then, most of the games turned into like, oh, well, here's the Discord server. Click on this and we'll send you an invite, which lets all the assholes back in. So, yeah, there's just no way around it, man.
You keep trying to come up with new verbiage for the No Homers Club. And they just keep finding a way around.
You get right back in there, man. No homers. You have one. So.
You do, because you've seen it. You've seen it. Like, it's something that's so innocent. Like, you could go in there about, like, stamp collect. You could take the most innocent...
No,
go ahead. No, you have some personal...
He just
I've never seen this motherfucker, like, his jaw set.
Like, if I saw that person in real life, I'd actually go to blows.
This is Pat, man. Dude, hit his car, and Pat's like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not that, man. I have tried to find so many homes on the internet where it's cool to talk about just model trains. And then trains or train games or something. They burn down faster than any other fucking server you could put up. So, I don't know.
Such an innocent topic too.
And I think that's the point, is because, it's really innocent. Let's get all these 60-year-old men who want to learn about trains come in here. Because their kids are retired and they, picking up a new hobby. Let's jump the shit out of those guys. Because they'll come in here and they'll know nothing about our culture. And they're right. And you just get I belonged to a forum for years that was great. And it was full of 65-year-old retired men who just wanted to talk about, like, how do you model water? How do you make trees and stuff like that?
I remember, you told me that day, yeah.
And then after a while, those started to burn down. And then 5 years later, I get back into it, and that's the whole thing. It's like, there's this cool game that does what I want it to do and stuff. I don't know how to make it go. Let me go over to Steam forum, and then, they'll follow you there. Then they'll follow you to Reddit. Then they'll follow you to Discord. And then eventually it's just like, you know what? I'm not going to ask the internet for help on this anymore. So,
unless your question
figure
is really direct. If your question, like, on some, where you can't inject bullshit into it, right? Where it's like, if the question is, I am running this and this. I am having this problem. Does anybody know how to fix it?
Yeah.
Somebody will pop up and say, I had something similar. Try this, and it may work.
Yeah.
Right? And one dude actually, I was trying to play goddamn Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Oh, the old one?
Uh-huh. Yep. It was a free download. Mm-hmm. I could not get it to work. And eventually, some dude said, like, are you using more than one monitor? It's like, yes. He's like, okay, everything that these people have been saying is true if you don't have that, but you have to turn that off before you play this game.
Oh, see, that's great advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What I don't need.
I know what you don't need. Yeah.
And yeah, when you said the Steam forums are like that,
They're terrible.
and the fact that they again, it's the same problem I have with Reddit is the same problem that I have with the Steam forums is stop giving people the down and up arrow.
Oh yeah.
Don't do
You
that.
can't do that, man.
Just give the you can give a like.
Oh yeah.
Right? Fine. Like is neutral, right?
That's right. Especially like Steam, that's the one where the authors, the thread author can do this one answers this question the best, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so fucking bad.
Yes.
So stupid.
Quora does that too, but
Cure is I mean, I don't think you can find an answer on there that's actually accurate.
I've never looked for anything on there. I
thought you did it.
They just send me stuff, and
yeah.
I see interesting stuff that I hadn't seen before. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, you can. People do come up with some interesting answers on there that I'm going to have to trust are accurate, where they're just going to like, no, actually, the F-35 can't perform that maneuver. Here's why. And then they'll break down the equation. And then, okay, I got you. Right? Because that's the only answer that'll pop up. What you don't see are the other 28 answers of like, I've seen it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I've done it. You can do it in this game.
Yeah,
so
aliens are real. So,
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
You always get that in there, too. So, it's the Illuminati, man. So, oh, that place is so useless. I mean, if there was some thing you could just delete from the internet, that's probably on my top 5.
We get choices? Oh boy.
Man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just delete it and nuke it.
Which one?
Anything.
Like, what are you nuking?
I would, Quora would be pretty up there. So,
I love my Quora.
oh, sorry.
But I don't use it for anything other than just feeding me little.
You wouldn't talk to anyone on there.
I've never responded or anything. It just brings up a random comic book question, and I see somebody attach some pictures and some comics to it, and I'm like, fascinating.
So it's just like trivia?
It's just like somebody being like, hey, who would win between Magneto versus this? And then they throw up some comment. Hey, where did this character come from? Oh, this little.
All right, that sounds fairly.
And I'm like, cool. I never even knew this.
So okay, that would okay. I am 100% with you on.
I would delete TikTok.
On being able to nuke, right? Yeah. Okay. I'd have to stipulate on certain things you'd have to be able to nuke and save, or do you have to burn the whole thing down?
What, the whole site?
Right. So
I would say the entire the URL and anything associated with it. So if you could just delete that off the internet, TikTok. I think that one would be a clean victory for me. So
okay, Reddit's gone.
Okay.
Reddit's gone.
I really can't argue with that.
Reddit's gone because Patrick, because the thing is, like, I don't want to burn down Steam because that's where I get all my games.
Yeah, that would suck.
And I wouldn't want to burn down Steam forums because there are people that are like, hey, if you're having trouble with this mod, do this, right?
That's true.
But I'd want to be able to burn it down and say that there should be like a moderation team that says no off-topic discussion will be allowed.
They'll sneak it in there.
But that's what I'm saying.
I've seen people do that all the time. They find out cute words that actually stand in for trans or Ukraine really quickly. Yeah. Or Putin. Yeah. So you see that stuff all the time, man.
But with Reddit, it keeps coming up in Google searches, and it'll have Reddit as like 3 of the top 5 choices, and I'm like, none of those answered.
God, I'd be tempted to delete Google.
Oh, see, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
You want to hear something crazy? So we were just talking about stuff with the kids, and they're just like, who owns Google? And I was like, well, I don't know. And so we asked Google, who owns Google? And it goes, Google's parent company is Alphabet.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, who owns Alphabet? Alphabet is owned by Google. It's like, wait, what? You can't, what?
Yeah, that's
crafty little.
That's some really freak shit.
That kind of, but so like Google's not owned outright like Twitter is,
right?
Or Facebook. Facebook is technically a publicly traded corporation,
Yeah.
But Mark Zuckerberg controls all the what are known as founders shares,
Yeah.
so he gets to make all the decisions. And he's the only company that's really been able to pull that off because people wanted to give him money so fucking bad. So, but like Google, the two guys, you know, they don't own it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it belongs to
It's in like 2017.
Yeah,
When it.
yeah. It belongs to BlackRock and CalPERS and fucking, you know, Citibank and, you know, individual investors all over the face of the planet now. So, you know, which is good because it means there's actually corporate governance, unlike fucking Facebook. So they can say, hey, Mark, we got an idea. He's like, I don't like your idea. Fuck off. It's like, oh, and you can't outvote me. Cool. So,
But that also means that he's free to
burn his company.
I read about the
Elon Musk is free to do the same thing with Twitter.
Oh yeah.
That guy dies in a plate full of cocaine tomorrow. A lot of people lose money. A lot of people lose a lot of money.
No, I read about basically the disaster that was the metaverse.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
All helmed by one person and how it fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first it was never really a thing because they're like, what does this offer?
Yeah.
Right? And the answer was nothing. And yeah.
My understanding was that he was trying to build infrastructure that didn't go anywhere.
Right.
So, you know, it was like literally the bridge in Alaska. You know? It's like, well, nobody's going to use that. Why are you building it? So, yeah.
And that was the thing was nobody could figure out like, well, if this exists, what does this do for me? And the answer was nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. So it ended up becoming nothing in record time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just billions.
Well, hey, good on him for recognizing it. So, I mean, you see other people out there so egotistical, they'll drive a project right in the fucking ground and take everybody down with them. So, I mean, at least at this one, he's kind of like, all right, nobody's on here, fuck it. Let's go do something else.
No, I totally
So,
understand.
yeah.
But yeah, that's one of those oversight things where like, look, we got data. This.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, this is happening.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, and that's, yeah, corporate governance it's a good thing. So,
Well, Google had a lot of that going on too with the
They did.
different projects where it's like, yeah, we got this. This will pay for everything and all the like. How many? God, what was Google's version of Facebook that they had for a while?
well, they've had tons of them. They had that and, what was it, Hangouts? And then
Oh, Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Hangouts.
Chat. Their Google Chat's
Was it,
basically
was it like
dead.
Google Plus or something like that, or
They had a Google Plus for a while that was supposed to be like all your Googles in one Google. You know? So, yeah. I mean, I've got so many Google apps on my fucking phone now that are just useless, like Google Wallet, Google Pay.
yeah.
You know, it's like, does anybody really use this? You know, I mean, I used it to show my baseball tickets the other day. But I didn't have to do that. It was in my fucking email. So they could
Right.
just scan it that way. I was like,
Yeah.
well, why? You just told me, hey, move this over here. I was like, okay, click. Now I'm in another app that I'm never going to fucking use. So it's like, delete this. And it's like, are you sure you want to delete this? I was like, yeah. And they're like, all your bank accounts could be linked to this. Like, no. No. That's why I want to delete this. So, yeah.
What is the?
They've had a bunch. over
Yeah,
the
that's
years.
what I'm saying. There's like Google Pages. There's Google.
They were
man.
gonna have their own rival to Steam for a while. So back in
Google did.
yeah,
I
they
thought
had
they
like,
tried to do a game thing.
yeah, they tried to do a game.
Oh,
thing.
they had the Stadia,
that okay. So you're right. They tried to do a console too.
Yeah.
So
which was all supposed to be based on the internet. It was all supposed to be cloud based.
Yeah.
Everything played like shit because everything that they've tried to do with this, like, so here's how. Okay, so cloud computing would work for gaming in a small country, and it does. Right? In a small island nation like Japan, that's fine, especially when all of your infrastructure was like blown up and you had to like put all this stuff in
Yeah.
fresh,
you could put it underground now.
and like everything is so like their internet speeds are great. They've actually been able to do like online gaming like since the early 90s.
South Korea the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also small European countries and things like that. But evidently, like when you're in Rifle.
Rifle, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no,
you're-
man.
Yeah.
Where are you, Guernsey? Really? Ooh.
and
Sorry, this just is not for you.
and these companies want to say yes to everything, so you're like, can I use Google Stadia with HughesNet? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, yeah, no problem.
I can take that in a completely different direction in a minute.
Go ahead.
No.
But yeah, that's
This is a hard tangent. So.
it didn't work, and that they invested tons and tons and tons of money into it, failed within a year.
Mm.
Go ahead.
They did a lot of things like that, though. But
Oh,
no,
really?
I actually, so I was doing my thing on Socialism Patrol the other day. So, which is, you know, how
It's
I
more of
spend
a
my
journey,
free
not a
time, yeah.
destination. Yeah.
Well, it's responsibility.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like having kids.
What is
they're,
it,
they're always yours.
The cost of freedom is still. I can't remember the.
Oh yeah, someone's got to man the walls.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need me on that
You
wall.
need me on that
whatever,
wall, yeah.
And so, but anyway, it was like actually breaking down costs, and so you hear all these arguments out there for socialized medicine in the United States, blah blah blah. Okay, so they compare it to Northern European countries and yada yada yada. So, but it's that size thing that's actually a fucking problem, because if you take a look, like people in New York City or people in LA or Chicago, they can have wonderful healthcare.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have concentration of services right there. What makes the thing so fucking expensive is Montana. So
That makes
because
sense,
you
yeah.
expect just as good, you know, kind of service, but you know, you can't get it there. And so it forces people to spend ridiculous amounts of money on silly things, okay, that require a life flight to get you there, which costs more than your house. So you know,
Yeah.
it was crazy. It was an interesting argument. So I actually found that one, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to try that out on somebody in the future. But nobody's taking me up on it anymore, man. I kind of got a reputation for being that guy. So
Well, I think you've made your opinion clear.
Yeah.
And this is the tough thing too. Is like, imagine so we live in Colorado, right? And yes, like we do see our share of heifers here, but it's still the fittest state in the nation. So if we go socialized and we have to pay for Mississippi, right.
it will be a contributor state, and there'll be, what is it, a debtor state or whatever it's called, a taker.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
however you
yeah.
want to say it, taker.
A giver versus a taker.
Yeah, sponge. However you want to. They're going to be soaking our money through a semi-permeable membrane, so this is some kind of osmosis.
I mean, that's the whole point of all insurance and all everything is the healthy people pay for
Yeah.
it's
What it usually is the young pay for the old.
Yeah.
So that's what most of it is. And so when you have someone who's young and needs a pig heart at 28,
Yes.
so that's doubly expensive. So that's kind of the point behind that.
Well, I mean, it was there was no truer example than the COVID examples. Right?
Yeah.
What
So-
costed people for COVID was contributing factors.
Yeah.
In this case, the biggest one was what?
Obesity. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing is obesity is the easiest thing in the world to fix. So, you know, all you have to do is change food. So there's like 3 or 4 things that they put in everybody's fucking food in the United States. If they got rid of those, your obesity problem would half. That's without anybody doing any extra sit-ups. Then you could go do sit-ups. Yeah. You know?
Don't mess with my high fructose corn syrup.
It's better with sugar in there, man. So, you know.
He just went to the place that had sugar sodas, and he hated it.
So I bet
But I think
if
the
you
sugar
could make
Mountain Dew tastes. I don't notice a big difference.
Yeah. So no, if you put actual sugar in there, it'd be much better for you. So, you know, you got to get rid of the corn syrup. So there's a lot of fats they still have to get rid of. So,
The
you know,
fats aren't the problem.
saturated fats are a problem. So,
Turns out saturated fats aren't that big of a deal.
well, is it trans fats that are a big deal then?
Mm-mm.
There's one of them out there that's a big deal.
The fats that they have there aren't bad for you.
Right, but so why does everybody argue that? And I don't think my doctor's stupid. So, but there was a specific fat that she told me I need to stay away from once you get a little bit older.
Well, they used to be talking about saturated fats.
I think that's what it was.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's basically, you know, what used to be in shortening, because they've looked at the actual, like, construction of it. And they're like, all right, so this is weird because it doesn't appear in nature.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe that's one of the ones. Yeah.
Because, yeah, you cannot... there's no version of this where Jed Clampett out there, like, he shoots at the ground and Crisco comes out. So there's
Crisco.
Be the land of pastries.
because the thing that they do have on that is this is where you can look at this, basically like light density lipids and that kind of thing, oils versus saturated fats.
Okay.
Right. Especially when it comes down to Crisco, where it's like,
I think that's the one she told me to stay
how
away
can I
from.
make a snowball out of this? This is fucked up. Right.
Right.
Because it is so dense, like the construction of the molecule is so well put together, your body has a hard time breaking it up.
Yes.
Versus oils, things like that. So, but here's the thing: saturated fats in like business, those have been gone for 5 to 10 years, right? There is no business out there. There is no company out there. You can't go to a burger place right now that makes something with Crisco. You can't.
What about like packaged foods, prepackaged foods?
Well, you're talking about preservatives.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? And again, you're talking about shit that doesn't appear in nature. That's the
Right,
same
right.
thing where you could say, like, why is this fish glowing orange when it was, like, raised at a farm? It's not.
Right.
That's
yeah.
all dye. It's all
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
all
that,
dye.
right?
Yeah.
But the saturated fats, they've done away with that for the most part. You may find some
Okay.
of that in, like, baking.
Yeah, okay.
But even that's kind of rare. They find other ways to do that.
No, she told me to stay away from that. She did tell me to stay away from like prepackaged cereals and shit like that, and lunch meats of all things. She said beware of lunch meats.
Lunch meats are supposed to be highly carcinogenic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
know
know that.
why?
Why?
These processed meats.
Well, it's extremely processed.
Yeah. Right,
Like,
yeah.
So let me ask you, what is ham? Actual ham.
You mean a sliced type of ham or the?
Yeah. When you go to the deli counter, what is that meat?
That's the butt of the pig, isn't it?
I grind it up and form it into a shape.
Thank you. Right? It's not, because when you look at this, like, there's no turkey breast that is shaped like this.
Right.
What
Right.
about the one that's got the bone in it?
Well, you can buy the whole ham.
Oh, okay.
Hock.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm thinking of a hock. You're thinking of like the,
The deli
shaved
meat.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That comes in the Pepperidge Farm little tin. Plastic
Look,
tub.
Where
yeah.
every pig is exactly the same size.
Yeah, that's
and
got
color.
Yeah,
and
that's got to
taste
be
and-
processed. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, all right, so you're going to take this, you're going to put it in our favorite grinding machines that we talk about. Like,
Right.
Like, it's more fun to watch people throw light bulbs in there and, like...
You don't want to watch someone throw a cow in there. It's
No,
horrifying.
and I've seen that,
Yeah.
too. Like, it's more fun.
I've
It's like,
seen that.
we're like, yo, dude, he just threw a Stretch Armstrong in there.
I didn't
Right?
realize how much grass came out of a cow when you threw it in that thing. So it's awful.
I have not watched.
Don't do
this.
that.
I'm not.
I can't look away from this crap. But, like, yeah, so then, yeah, you take that, you do that with a pig, right? And then you take that meat and you basically then reshape it into something that's like, and
It's
Like,
like,
I'm gonna-
chicken nuggets, man.
like I'm gonna sit there and talk shit because like I love this stuff. Like if you said like, could you make a full meal out of just sliced ham? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, right? But it's like, so what are our choices? Like, well, you have ground up pig, but we also have a low sodium version, right? Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They actually told me to eat more salt. So
yeah, salt's not bad for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Salt is not bad for you.
They did
It's-
tell me to stay away from processed meats. I said, what about hot dogs? They said that's number one on the list. So
that's
Yep.
yeah, he said that's all that is. And I was like, okay.
yeah,
So-
because the question is, do you want your bologna in a casing or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she told me that. And then it was also like stay away from like fucking Hostess cakes. And well, she's like anything that's prepackaged
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, I was like, okay.
Bake them yourself and
She said
Have a
make it
field day.
yourself and you
Yeah.
can have a field day with it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, my cholesterol's come way down since I've
Yeah.
done that. So, because she told me that like almost all like my any risk that I had for like any kind of cardiovascular thing was related to my cholesterol rather than my blood pressure. And about 80% of that is hereditary. So
oh
yeah.
wow.
She says the rest of it you gotta watch. Don't put this in your fucking mouth. It's like, okay.
Well, and this is where the data's come out because they had so many years of testing. Was
Yeah, sure.
because of the American Heart Association when they said that basically fat makes you fat, right?
Mhm.
This is where they were able to test all those foods of removing fat, okay, and supplanting it with sugar.
That
right?
makes sense.
And that's where they saw that heart problems went like this, commensurate to like fat decrease. They're like, okay, well, so taking the fat out was this is where the problem, like, if you used to look at the food pyramid,
Oh yeah.
like it would say like 10 servings of grains,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And then like, what would it be like?
And then or fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and
meat.
vegetables. They counted them as one.
Yeah.
Right.
They're
On
distinctly different
like
things.
8,
Yeah.
right?
And
then it
meat,
was like
and then
proteins,
dairy.
and then like dairy and cheese, and then like the fat was basically like it would say like ice cream.
It was like sugars. Yeah. It was like cookies and cakes and stuff.
Yeah, it was what you could throw there. So they were like, oh no, go ahead and eat like all this bread and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh well, this is
Processed
There's like
grains,
yes.
which have had all the good stuff taken out.
there's this one. What is the? There is one thing that Europe bans that you can get in the United States.
There's a lot.
Well,
There's
I
more
thought
than
there was like one that was like easy, really low hanging fruit. I guess it's not trans fat. There's a different one.
There's definitely I can't remember.
when you're talking about saturated fat, that's the scariest one.
Okay, maybe it's saturated fat then. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, it's saturated fat.
Just think Crisco. That's
Right.
shortening.
Shortening.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah. What's the stuff you're talking about in? Oh, are you talking about
I can't remember what it is.
the-
but there's
the-
certain...
like the genetically modified shit, or
Yeah, they might not let GMOs out there.
No, they do. Yeah, there's countries that ban certain types of GMOs, but GMOs are a fucking world wonder. So you know,
and,
yeah, and,
you feed the world twice over with.
all you have to do is look at rice. So yeah, to know that genetically modified food is not bad. So,
And you know what? There are people that would be disgusted if they're like, "This is what a real carrot looks like."
yeah, as someone who's grown them, yeah. So it's like, this is purple. Should I eat this? And it's fine. So, but yeah.
My mom she has real broccoli on her.
I've never seen real broccoli.
I don't even know what that looks like.
Okay, so you just go to like I don't even know if it was a tree. I don't know. It was just a plant, right? This big thing. She's like, "This is broccoli." I'm like, "The fuck it is," right? And she just like starts breaking like little clusters off of it, right? Instead of like the stalky trees.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this is good.
Huh.
But yeah, it is like I would have thought this was like, well, like one of my weed trees.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I should have been eating this for years.
Yeah, it's poisoned.
This is my mom, man. She made kimchi out of like dandelions and stuff.
Right,
too,
yeah.
man. You know, but
They love dandelions. She said people would hop over a fence for the dandelions.
she's right.
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
Look,
I've had a dandelion salad. It's interesting. It's shockingly bitter.
it's not even shocking. It's like you know what you're going
Yeah,
into.
you know, it's yellow
like,
for a reason. It means danger.
like it's super healthy.
Oh man, it's so bitter though.
Wasn't there a clown in this neighbor that used to make like dandelion wine?
I think so, yeah.
Like your parents tried it?
No, I thought he was the guy who was over there who was raising bees. So
Oh.
yeah, he used to make like this dandelion wine. So
I don't mind. Look, I don't mind fuzzy bees at all.
I don't know. They don't bother me.
No.
They don't faze me.
So, but
wasps.
wasps are assholes, flying assholes, and they all
Thank
deserve
you.
to die. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
I think I'm quoting you on that one. So
It stung me in the face on the day of the Waldo Canyon fire.
oh
For
yeah,
the
I
crime
remember
of
that.
shooting
Yeah.
hoops at my own basketball net.
Yeah. I remember
I
that.
have not shot hoops since. They have a nest up there.
Still?
Is it there?
It's gone. Well, it disappears.
Oh.
Winter will destroy it.
Yeah, I was about to say you rock salt the hell out of that thing, man. So
The
Do you still
directions.
have the basketball hoop?
Yeah. How am I supposed to get rid of it?
Did you have a giant bin?
It was full, man.
yeah.
And getting it across there is a pain in the ass anyway. It's not easy to move across paving stones.
Man, it's almost time to do a junk run.
I am
So,
considering it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the last time I had that, I actually had the junk guys come and haul shit. That's even better, and it's not even that much more expensive. So
How much?
I think it was like $80. It wasn't expensive.
Get
at all.
out of here.
No.
That's less
Yeah. Oh, is it?
than a rollaway. That's like $110.
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, it's been several years,
Yeah,
so
who knows?
who knows? It's post-COVID and all the inflation is around. So,
No, I still spent like $4.50 a gallon on gas, but I don't really hear all the angst about how expensive.
$4.50.
It's expensive.
Oh,
It was like
what
4.
grade
I
do
do
you get?
87.
Oh, okay, you get the
Yeah.
mid grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I don't put that shit in my truck.
The only benefit I have is that I only have to do it like once every.
I do it once a week, so.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
no. Yeah.
So
I gotta
yeah,
go fill up my truck.
The working from office and working from home makes a big difference for just that alone.
Well, how much does it cost you to fill up? Like $100?
60.
60? So 4 times a week? Or I mean, four times a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 260? Okay.
240. Yeah.
Yeah.
you had me down. I was like, is my math wrong?
No, you're
It's like-
good.
6 times 4 is it 26?
He's counting those extra 3 days.
Oh shit, he is.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
This is how.
But
actual-
February you're 240.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
how actual like business people. They already
He did,
calculate.
that's why.
It was automatic.
It's alright. I try and figure out what things cost me over the long run rather than like, oh my god, it's so fucking expensive. Then I look at it and it's like, wait a minute. That's $3 a day. Oh yeah, that's totally worth cooling my house down to 70. So,
No,
yeah,
but what is-
it's totally worth it.
What is the last expense that popped up that like pissed you off? That you were like, I am paying this much for this?
It was YouTube TV today. So yeah, so they ding me today, and I was like, wait a minute. It's like I have not been paying attention to this, and now it was sitting there. I was like, yeah, I think I might be calling Comcast and getting back together with the evil empire. I know, but that's the
You get
only
a nice-
option that I
you get
have.
a nice little email somewhere sneaked in there that says, "Hey, we're raising your rates, by the way. Bye."
That's exactly what it is. In fact, they don't even really do that. They send it to my Gmail and it goes to my junk. And it's like, you fuckers. So I know you do that on purpose. If there's any other Google product in here, of course, it's going to go right into my primary mailbox so I see it right away. And it's not a promotion. No, Pat, this is important Google information. So, but no, when you're going to raise my rate, it goes to my junk drawer. It's like, that's convenient.
Don't pay
Assholes.
attention to this.
Yeah.
I know most of you don't even look at your bills anymore, so we'll slide this
Most
on in
people
until...
don't, man. So, that's so dangerous when you can do the subscription services and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
like out of all the people that I know, so I don't know where you guys are on this, but I'm like one of the only ones who actually does a budget. And it's like,
It's very informal. It's really like every now and then I look things over, and it's less of a budget and more of an audit.
Yeah,
so,
that's kind of what I do.
So
Yeah,
audit is a little
yeah.
bit better, but if you do like just like a monthly audit and then write down what you spent, that's a budget. Because then you use that as the basis for the next month. Because all this little shit gets snuck in there. So I see this happens to my wife all the time. So she's like, oh, it's just shampoo. And it's like, well, no, it's a subscription. Okay, and so they're going to send you this every month. Do you use enough to make this every month? The next thing I know, there's like 3 boxes of it in my closet
And growing.
Oh.
and growing. And it's like, okay, can we get it by month? No, it only comes monthly. Okay, can we cancel it for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months?
Right.
Kind of thing. And so, but that's just. It's just basic
you're right.
budgeting 101, man. So like even today, I did sell my car. And so I'm sitting there today trying to get my fucking insurance off of it. And I'm navigating the insurance website and everything, and it's like, add or change car. It's like, well, change car, but not add. And they're like, no, there's no option. I was like, no. So I'm not paying for
Delete
a car
car.
that, yeah, it's delete car, sitting there doing the search on their site and stuff. And it's just nowhere to be found. It's absolutely positively nowhere to be found on that website. I have to call them.
have to call.
I have to
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, that's really, really sneaky. Because there's a lot of people who be like, oh, okay, I'll call tomorrow. And they're not. They don't. And so
I have an insurance person, so
I have an insurance person too. I'm calling her tomorrow.
yeah, and they just take care of all that.
yeah.
They shop for rates. It's pretty cool, and they don't charge anything to me. I don't know. what yours is.
That's weird. Why?
I don't know.
How do they make
get
money off of you?
I don't know. I don't get charged anything different.
See, that's a question that I always ask when someone says something that's free. It's like, how do you make money? So,
Well, it's Rachel, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. Yeah,
I'm
all
not
right.
feeling
There
really
you
shady.
go.
Yeah,
All
no, my shady detector goes off when somebody is not making money somehow. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing this. But it's at no cost to me. It's like, I doubt that very much. Super suspicious.
Pat,
Well, when I sold the
yeah.
insurance, like, I don't think our insurance was charging them, but we would get money by selling that insurance to that company. So the company, and
Right.
and then you're on retainer. So as long as they keep that insurance, like, you keep getting paid.
Yeah, that's a
And
pyramid
so,
scheme.
yeah.
Is what that is. Yeah.
I
I can spot those a mile away, bro.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's
It might as well be steak knives, man.
yeah, it was. I mentioned. Yeah, it was talking about there's a Russian in there, and she mentioned like, she actually said the word. She said multi-level marketing.
Oh wow.
And
those are worse than pyramid schemes.
yeah, and she was talking about how this thing that she was looking at was like that. I'm like, in Russia, it's like, yeah, it's like, do you refer to this as roughly trapezoidal, or so she's like, oh yeah, it's a triangle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. This is like, so the base is bigger than the top. She's like, very much so. It's like, okay, and you can spot these. It's like, stop asking me if I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Where did we see it? Where was we're like going to Starbucks once, and we saw a dude trying to recruit somebody into something multi-level at the time, and our detectors went off. We were like, I know what that guy's doing.
Yeah, that did happen once. I think, that was the one over here.
Yeah, it's like, why
back
are you
in the day
pitching
when
this?
we used to go into the Starbucks.
Yeah.
to get coffee.
You know what's funny? Their hours are like non-existent now.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
Since COVID?
Yeah, I tried to go there at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
It's not just
Closed.
COVID. A bunch of them around town here have unionized. So yeah, which is the stupidest.
Really?
Idea. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
The
famous one with the fucking shit stewer,
Flint Ridge.
Flint Ridge. That I think that was the first one to go. So yeah,
You know what? If there was going to be a movement, it would have began there.
It probably would have been.
Yeah.
there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
Although, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be surprised if that happened at the Citadel one.
it would be at any of the mall ones
Where-
there's no drive-through.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like at the Citadel. That was where. This is a person, Patrick. That was where I saw and you saw our very first local trans person.
I don't remember that.
Just fine, but there was like we were so like progressive at that point. It was like,
This was back in the Obama days, man.
yeah, you like
we were on the Obama train.
you looked at me. You're
Yeah.
like, what's that? I was like, yeah.
I don't remember that, but
And it was weird. That was the place with the donut, please.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was a customer who said that though.
No, that was you.
I did.
Yes, because
Okay, I see. My memory sucks.
My memory sucks.
there was this very nice girl there who had,
Oh, she had a speech impediment.
uh,
Yeah, I didn't mean to be rude.
and
but
she
it
was very nicely asking you in her very unique way, like if there was anything else that she could get you. But you'd already mentioned that you wanted a donut, so you clarify the donut, please.
Don't remember that.
Well,
We've
because
grown up
I don't
a
remember
lot.
being that mean about it.
no, it just came out that way.
Okay.
No, it's the same. Look, it's the same thing. It was the same kind of like dumb misunderstanding, like where you were just like clarifying nicely. But like I remember because I was too busy laughing. It's the same thing where
Which
back
makes
in
you the dick.
well, nothing will. I mean, it's the same. I was laughing. I laughed uncontrollably. Patrick had to come outside and say, like, "You thought Eddie shot a moo cow, don't you?"
Right? Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that story.
I don't know. I think
that's a
you've
good
heard
one
it.
to end. Yeah.
I think you've heard that story, right?
He shot the moon cow?
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So we're hanging out at work at the airport, and Pat has a much greater depth of knowledge when it comes to outside camping, shooting, hunting, all this other stuff than I ever would. And there's this nice guy, but evidently had sort of like a shady business ethic. Chuck.
Chuck was fine.
I mean, he was harmless, but
He was just old school.
okay.
Yeah.
There you All right, and Chuck used to hang out with our scumbag boss Eddie.
Who was a scumbag.
And they were talking about hunting from the car, from the truck, which evidently is like
This
the
is
lowest
illegal.
of the low.
Yeah, this is a drive-by shooting. So, yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Gotcha.
So he's talking about when he and Eddie went hunting, and in his very meek kind of way, Chuck is talking about how it's like, well, Eddie and I went hunting one time, and Eddie shot a cow right from the side of the truck. And I'm dying laughing because I'm picturing like
an actual cow,
like drive-through, like drive-by.
Oh.
It's like, why the fuck would you drive by somebody's
farm
and just blow away a cow? He's just like, stop right here, Chuck. I'm gonna, just
Bessie's got it.
and just take this pot shot at somebody's cow. And the whole idea of it was so absurd. But I was laughing so hard I had to leave. I got up and I went outside. And Pat knew. He just knew. He just came outside. He said, "Like, you thought Eddie shot a moo cow, didn't you?" Because I'd never heard the term for cow. What is that?
That's a female elk.
Yeah. And just the idea of him just driving by and just blowing. It's like hitting a mailbox with a bat, but like 100 times worse. Of like,
Somebody's
you're not
cow,
You're not even supposed to shoot cows either, are you?
You can get cow tags. You
Yeah,
used to be able to. So
wait, actual elk?
Yes.
yeah, no,
We're not going back to your moo cow.
I was like, are they actually
Yes.
wild? Are there like?
If you're a farm, you can sell a few lices.
yeah, some come up and blast your cows.
Yeah. It costs a lot because people
You can haul
usually
away all the meat you want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, you can. It's like a safari for the farm.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know shooting from the truck was illegal. I thought it was just like the most scumbag of scumbag moves.
No, you're not allowed to do that. So
Well, I don't think it's really illegal to shoot your firearm from the side of a road, whether you're hunting or not.
well, if you're in a designated area, then it's fine. So
Okay. Yeah.
like national forest land is full of highways and shit.
You can stand on the road and shoot.
I think you have to be so many. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, dude,
No.
this sounds like it's going to impede the doom somewhere along the way. But they're like, no, you got to be at least X amount of feet.
I'm
from
not
the
a
road.
hunter, so I don't know
I
all
don't
the
know
rules,
either.
but I'm pretty sure you have to be so many feet away from a road. And then
Logically, that makes sense.
yeah, and then there's other rules that surround it about being like there's certain pieces of land you can do it on and others, so you get tags for certain areas, and then they're like mapped off so that they're like between the major highways and shit. So and so you can have a tag for that side of the street, but not this side, so to speak. Yeah, and so there's all kinds of rules around it. So
Okay, I got it. But yeah, somehow he knew. He knew where my dumb brain was going. And that's the same thing where it's like, I know Pat didn't mean to be rude to this super nice girl who talks weird.
she was really nice.
But the reason that you said that was because she was...
Just trying to make it clear.
Well, it wasn't just that. She was also talking... when she was asking if he wanted anything else, right, she just... It sort of like interrupted his speech or something like that, so it was weird. It just came out in a weird way. It happens. People do that sometimes. But yeah, that was... It just happened. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I just thought it was funny. I was like, why are you being so mean to that nice girl with the big overbite?
Pat's going like, what
did I do?
What did I do? Huh?
She didn't respond that way to it.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
Well, you
I
didn't
think she was-
see once
she
you
might have
turned her
been deaf,
back,
so-
she was like making signals that Jeff saw.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't ask.
We didn't ask.
It wouldn't have been our business. But
Yeah, that was when we used to hike all the way down there to get coffee.
all the time.
You would actually walk there?
No.
No. God, no. What is this, 1987? Where we sit there and walk like all day to get to like the comic book store.
Yes,
I'm surprised we didn't get robbed down there.
Well, that's why we stopped
a while
going,
ago.
because there was
Yeah.
a homeless guy that kept fucking bothering us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. That's when the homeless started invading. And then we didn't go to the other one because it was fucking stinky.
It
So
wasn't always stinky.
during the summer it was always
Dale's?
stinky. No, this is up on Flint Ridge.
We're buying
So
comic books.
yeah.
Wait, you were walking to Flint Ridge?
No, we drove. We
It
never.
was in 1987.
No,
We
because
never
back in the
walked.
day, we would take big, long walks
Well,
to
yeah.
go to different
And then you
places.
said we stopped because of the homeless people?
That's why we stopped going to that. To the one down
Oh,
south.
We didn't walk
okay,
there
okay.
though.
No.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
No, I was talking about like when we were kids.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're crossing my wires too, man.
No, it's
so,
fine.
sorry.
I was just like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
I do not remember the homeless people bugging us when we were
Oh,
walking
man,
to the
there was
comic
this
stores.
one particular dude that was just like, you help me. I was like, I got bit by a spider, and
Yeah, he was weird, man.
it's like,
And he kept showing up too.
and he followed me to
my.
my car one day,
Yeah.
and that's when I was like,
The guy from
I'm going to kick
work
your ass.
in our parking garage said he came down to his car and there was a naked homeless woman in his car. He's just like, get out. And she
Oh,
just
man.
took off and he's like, take your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, what is going on?
How the fuck did you get in here?
Where is that?
At the God, what hotel is that? On Cascade or is it Cascade?
Oh dear.
It's one of the nice
On
ones.
Cascade, the
No,
But
yeah,
it's downtown.
the
Yeah,
place
downtown.
where Judge
Yeah,
Wapner's is or
fucking
whatever it is.
Downtown is weird. Oh, Judge
Colorado
Baldwin's.
and something.
I don't think that place is still there. So
Judge Wapner's or whatever.
Judge Baldwin's.
Baldwin's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It was overrated.
I want to say Antlers Hotel, but I
That's where Judge Baldwin's was.
Yeah,
It was in the
okay.
basement there.
Yeah,
So
that parking
yeah,
garage.
then my wife's like that all the time. So it's like, why do you park in the garage? I was like, if I'm gonna park down there, I'm gonna park in front of the goddamn courthouse, so where there's cops, because it's like, and there's cameras everywhere, just because there are some. But there's been a couple times downtown where it's just like that. If that guy, the dude is not normal. So guy needs to be institutionalized. So and he's just fucking harassing people.
Yeah.
So
Look, they just showed the data the other day. They showed the chart, and it's like, all right, so here is the exact moment where it's like institutions go down like this,
oh yeah.
jailings go up like this. So it's like, all right, well,
Well, you can't even keep him in jail that long anymore, man. So I mean, you actually have to be convicted of a crime that actually warrants something more than like 2 days in jail. So
it's to me, it's sort of like funny how the messaging, like, so yeah, a little while ago I watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, right?
yeah.
And the whole message on this here was basically like anti-institutionalization. So
But you don't want the institutions to treat people like that.
no,
Yeah.
no. But there was a lot of that where it was like focusing. It's like,
That was in front of our building.
What,
there
so William, yeah, it's not
wizard?
TV here.
It's a guy with a wizard staff and a top hat, and he was out talking to all the people making
This guy's downtown.
yeah.
Is he there? Is he there fairly?
I guess some of the guys
yeah.
have seen him pretty regularly, but yeah, he stabs his staff into the ground.
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. And
Yeah, it need to be institutionalized.
yeah, I mean, we there was a big wave where it's like, no, we have to do away with this. Then they do away with it, and
So
like,
I mean,
this is Reagan's fault. And I'm like, oh god.
I'll stop that shit. So it's gonna come back here. So I mean, so like even the problem downtown, it's like nothing compared to Pueblo. So or Denver. Denver is
oh yeah.
shockingly
Denver
bad.
bad?
Denver is shockingly bad. So yeah.
Did it not used to be?
I don't know,
recall.
man. I don't go there very often, and so the last time I went downtown, because the Google diverted us off the interstate because there was a fucking wreck, and so we went all the way up Broadway. There are parts of Broadway that was like, holy shit,
Like tents everywhere.
I didn't see that many tents, but there was definitely a conglomeration of shopping carts in several areas.
Yeah.
So in Denver, it used to be like everybody would hang out down by the river, just like they do here. So in some respects, but there was still a fair number of them wandering around downtown Denver. So I don't know, man.
I feel like Colorado used to skate on the fact that a significant portion of our year is inhospitable to live outside.
So that's different in Pueblo. So in Pueblo, it's actually nice for a big chunk of the year, and so they'll stay around down there. But then this time of year, they'll migrate up here. So and here they're pretty unforgiving with those, but even down in Pueblo, they're really unforgiving with it too. They go through with the sheriff's department down there, and they clean out the river every few months. or so, and they just take your shit and throw it out. You know, they're not very nice about it. So, but
just bring a wood chip.
yeah, they bring that thing that crushes your your fucking shit in there all at once.
Nice match.
And then they post it on YouTube, and this is
Yeah,
dude, like you see them like throwing all that stuff in there, but they just see the bin underneath says Oscar Meyer on it, and that's like,
oh, gross.
God.
Yeah. Okay, there's a good. Yeah, let's leave that one. Okay.
What is Oscar Meyer?
What is Oscar Meyer doing? So,
All right.
any last thoughts?
I'm waiting for training camp.
Training camp.
I'm ready for football.
Yeah, we don't have like our baseball hopes are.
They're pretty much crushed. That's because we
everybody,
just
yeah.
can't catch the Oreos and they can't catch the Rays. Although they
What
think they
if
tied
you
the Rays.
Traded for Ohtani.
It's possible. So, but what would we trade?
I guess you have a pretty good farm system.
Yeah, we could probably find something in the underneath the couch cushions.
I
You know, I don't know, man.
Money.
It's so they're not that far off, but we just can't catch them. They're just pacing us. So you know, and then like other teams
Well,
out
I mean,
there.
your whole division is what 7 games above 500 at least.
Oh yeah,
It's crazy.
the whole thing. And so yeah, but you know, any other division in the league, my team would be making it. His would
Yeah.
be making it. So if we were in NL West, they'd both be making it. So actually, no, I think the Dodgers are still pretty high up there. I haven't looked in a little bit,
I don't know.
but yeah.
Or Diamondbacks were.
Oh, yeah, they were for a bit too.
I don't know.
So, but hey, man, we got beat by the Rockies, so that's fucking embarrassing.
It's on you.
It's on us.
You threw away free wins.
Free wins, man. So and yeah, so we gotta hang that one on us for a bit.
I guess one of them, like the announcer called it.
Did he?
Like he was saying, like it was like the bottom of the 8th or something like that, and he's like, "Oh, and this guy's never hit a home run." Yeah,
A Grandy. Hit a
Oh, was
Grandy.
it? Yeah,
was a
okay.
Grandy, yeah.
He's
So
like,
yeah,
oh shit.
Yeah.
That's some like Bob Uecker in Major League.
Yeah.
shit.
It
yeah,
was,
yeah, it
yeah.
really is.
It was
yeah.
like mid-sentence. He's like, "Oh,
that
damn.
must have been the Yankee guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So like any sports things. I mean, anything else?
waiting for summer to end."
You know what? I'm there with
I want
you.
summer
now.
dance, man.
Wow, you got work
I don't
reasons.
want to go back to work. All right. Anyway, I'm Pat.
Oh well.
Jeffrey.
Hitting the button.
Okay.